in the dead end street. City of Ontario, license 1580340, vehicle number 3052. Third party comes behind me in the dead end as I stop to just adjust my hood. 5HUZ275. This is P.O.C. 4:32 p.m. City of Ontario vehicle just pacing forward and backwards. Literally drives into a dead end ditch. There's no street here. They begin grouping as I stop. I did just take pictures of that. It's 4:33 p.m. And P.O.C. is ceaseless. The state is continuously engaged in the same exact behavioral pattern and vicariously acting through, again, City of Ontario, driving vehicle number 3052, like I quoted, seriously engaged in the same hovering, paranoid, obsessive type stalking conduct. And this third party in this Honda drives up behind into what is a literal dead end. There's nowhere to stop but this little side curve, and I just stopped here. The moment I stop, this car pulls up behind me. Understand, third parties, the people of the state of California, are engaged in the group conduct together. So you've got another one that just pulls up, they just start talking to each other, even if they don't even know each other, because they're engaged in the same system together, okay? But irrespective of that, you have the ongoing pattern of conduct, and this is documentation of third parties engaging in that POC, even pulling into what is a dead-end ditch, nowhere even to drive, stopping, turning around, making a U-turn. That's what City of Ontario did, as I stopped, okay, in order just to adjust my hood. POC. Third parties can remain in relevant position. Understand that the state is engaged in ongoing stalking. Last night at the museum, the state did not stop flying over by helicopter and airplanes and sounding their sirens while they remain all around me in the path, engaged in group stalking, engaged in criminal facilitation of that group stalking. And today, the state is still stalking by plane, all right? Even with ongoing winds and the appearance of cloudy skies. Understand the ongoing evidence of what is a fake sun that the state stalks with. That is not only indication of a system whereby a public entity is monitoring you in concert with the people of that state. It is speaking to that which is occurring on a continuous basis, okay? It's going on 24 hours a day. Having a fake sun is indicative and probative of that ongoing system by a government having the capability to place such an artificial light source of such an extreme method, which is highly demented because it's monitoring with all of these third parties. 7RKZ616, 7YBW431, 8HGV852, 7PRT819, 7NBR000, 0187371, I believe, 3XDF761, 7RVZ316. Understand, as they cross path, they're creating audible activity, they're creating visible activity, they're crossing path. 5XPG220, they're creating light activity through their vehicles. All of them are one group creating an ongoing stream of light activity. That in and of itself, aside from the environment. 8LGV603, 3SSV423, 8CLG252, 5UXX016, I believe. Can't really see that one. 8NLE448, 8LDH232, 8CJL710, 11816U2, 8GNU006. Just like PLC does not stop at nighttime, it doesn't stop on a quote-unquote cloudy day or where the fake sun is not visibly seen. The state is still aiming light onto me. 41451S1. The state engages in showing its light source and ongoing manipulation of the environment. 7L88253, it is in no way 503TR handicap plate. 86896Y2, no way any indication that POC stops. 6BKT583, or that suddenly the state is not monitoring you anymore. Third-party group stalkers like 5HUZ275 pulling up right behind me at the second that I stop walking north on Bonneview. 7YDS467 is POC. 70188E2. And the third-party group stalker that was already parked on this dead end in relevant position as I'm walking up Bonneview. license plate 4VBL621. Loomis, engaged in P.O.C, vehicle number 15173. This is license 4SLN909, 8NCC580, 8TUK302, 8AQM436, 4UJN300, can't really see that one that well, 6WUH811, go on ahead, group stalker. Just sitting behind, has his turn signal on, then turns his headlights on, just group stalking. Latino male with a thick, dark mustache. Looks to be in his 40s, driving this blue Honda. 8D67894. 3TJV012. 30618U2. 5KWG278. 79594B3. 7ZWB23. 7LGH970. 5HUZ275 is now driving off. 5FGF163 after pulling up into the dead end to have a conversation with another third-party group stalker. 4UKP795 that was sitting in on this dead end street. 8MBC922 in relevant position as I walk past, by the way. So he pulled up to have a conversation and now he drives off. Anyway, 6PDM0060, I can't really see that one. 6BTY018, 6SNF619, 4APS605, 8FBA258, 7BIS722, 7YRL763, 7KH291, I can't really see that one. 7T48074, 7TXB845, 7WLJ855, 8CKX036, 8SPM301, 8KLT107, 6WSK912, 6XAP356, 6EQD853, 5UAW303, 8KOY500, 79884W2, 8MEH462, 777 TSLA, 6CCJ438, I think, 6RCL101, 8HQK545, 34167J2, 6MER008, 8HGP646, 8LQX247, 8JPR224, 8GCJ478, 8RTV101, 48626U2, 7FYS283, 8BVK846, 74752L2, 8NMJ248, and that's the state with the plane activity, okay? P.O.C has not gone anywhere. 7KMK971, and they're all creating light activity as they cross path. 8EYR139. 8DMJ480, and also in the absence of a fake sun, that's just the state being super duper extra and criminal and psychopath. That's what that is. 5ELK461, there is sufficient light. Okay, you get light from the cars, you get light from any buildings, light from any room that you're inside of. That's P.O.C as well. No license plate on that car, that's funny. 8MLE460. You think these criminals don't know they're being documented? They do. 17479L2. 143ZHV, that's an out-of-state plate. 6ACZ668, 8EVV4961, substantially similar. 6W49062, 4GSR235, 5BNW091, W129A0, 6KOL006, I believe, 8SK823, 8SKL823 maybe? Can't really see that one. 8 SWY 304. Okay, well, I'll get this one, and I'm going to continue walking north on Bonneview. I just wanted to stop and get that license plate and then the rest of them that are all 4XRB648, because they're all in relevant position and I remain subject to monitoring, so why not get the rest of them as well. It's 4:42 p.m. Here we go. 40912C1. Okay, it's 4:43 p.m. Uh, 8W72583, 01162R2, 8SMP 371, 7UUT 823, HSH 1006. That has no plate on it. PMC 5488, doesn't look like a California plate. 8JUZ 302, 7NBS 811, 7EP S396. License plate 7BY, no, I'm sorry, 8PTV 117. 7XXS, sorry, XXS 613. 79, I'm sorry, 8MUH218, there you go. 7BYR 925. 3MILMOR 59266C1. 20483X1. 5U56266 1267 9W2 8CQY 81, can't really see that whole one. 7EUF 383, 5BJF 448, 5RIG 827, 6174 6Z2, 7TGT 863, 6ZJA 977, 7KRR 469, 8FJH 690, 8CZA 219, 4EEU 694, 8NYL 697, 6ZJA 977, 9F 39380. This is looks like Daylight Transport, California, license number 15164. That is truck number 686C. It's on the hood of the front of that truck. Engaged in P.O.C. federal stalking and monitoring in concert on behalf of the state. State flying over the church's chicken right here beside me. Amplified plane activity. The state's fake sun has reappeared. Light streaming all across what is campus and HOLT, streaming down HOLT Boulevard after it's supposedly directly on me at the Laverne, if you remember, just yesterday. Yeah, this is P.O.C. These are third parties: 6RCE293, 8PNY004, 7XAH172, 5GGR463, 6YSK500, 5MBS536, BJ14BOO, paper plate. I think I said 7XXH798 already. Siemens, U.S. I can't really see that, and they sped up, that's hilarious. I've already documented Siemens. Siemens, SEIMENS, the company, using their vehicle to cross path in the state's fake sun, right, which is beaming all over Holt Boulevard. And that's also, let me tell you something, I don't have to take a picture of the state's fake sun in order to establish in federal court that at this time of day that there is no sunlight beaming onto the top of the buildings along this street. 5MBS536, 5N19792, 6YZE74908967KS 1857X2, I believe, 6UDB377 and U23MCZ, an out-of-state plate, 10903U1, 8KCG075, 6UFH924, 6872382, 8PFJ376, all of them, including Siemens. That vehicle, the company vehicle, all of them monitoring intentionally so. This is the state system. Using a company vehicle to do so, that'll be relevant in federal prosecution. 8SNM491. PHO2TOY. 7BEC420. 6WJL492. 88JU111. It's 4:55 p.m. I think I got that one already. 8RG, yeah, I read that one already. 8NGW498, 8CEE218, 6FVD035, 7N83755, 7NJK065, 6LCG314, 7HQG504, 86848J2, 6YUU875, 5GZA651, 6WSL400, 8NGA396, 7XIZ400. Understand that this is just a line of light as they're all in their cars. This is light activity, okay? This is intentional presence. This is audible activity. This is crossing path. This is ongoing light activity by the third parties, the vicarious actor, the group stalkers. That is the people of the state of California. 5699, 4N2, 7KNU580, 7ANF956, 8HLN821. 5PT76725, 7WOS948, 8JYG880, I believe I said that one already, maybe? 2, I can't see that plate. 6YGV440, I believe I said that one. 8ETN016, 5RIV265, 7URZ041, 2744OR2, 5YZJ165, 789JJ, handicap 0774183, 8FOD884. That's the state is repeatedly patrolling by aircraft, by the way, in relevant position. Third parties are making audible activity. 1121U1 and creating light activity. It is 4:57 p.m. And let me speak to what P.O.C. is. Just like I stated, the state is engaged in placing and moving, changing the color of, changing the height of, engaged in real-time movement of its fake sun, its light source. And let me speak to as I spoke on Bonneview about the absence of evidence establishing that there is no pattern of conduct ongoing because the state is engaged in quote unquote hiding its fake sun while it's still aiming light on me. As I got up at the museum this morning, the state is still aiming light. I'm still seeing the shadow. The state is engaged in changing the color of its sun, of its quote unquote sunlight. 6YVC734. And as I stand on Holt Boulevard, the state, and as I'm walking up toward Allen and Bonneview, the state is engaged in revealing its fake sun. This psychopath is listening to me document and engaging in, all of a sudden, after all day, it's been quote unquote cloudy, then now sunlight is bursting out and onto my face as I'm walking north on Bonneview, impossible light activity. Because this is not the sun, and it is still aiming light in the same direction while it's feigning that it is setting sun. And not only that, sunlight is appearing all over what is Holt Boulevard, all over the Cortez tires, the Sir Knight auto sales, the sales service parts. I'm looking at the building, the top of the building. The state is aiming light on the top portions of those buildings. This is the same conduct that the state engaged in that I pointed out while I was on Holt Boulevard, walking from Mayfair Inn, walking down the street. This was in September of 2020. That is a tactic that the state engages in with its light. Again, engaging in what is impossible light activity after it remains in one place all day long with a fake sun, and then goes and tries to act like that sun is setting after it stayed in literally the same position all day long. But not only that, engaging in aiming light at the top portion of the buildings, like or along in lines across the road. It's creating light activity. That's what the state is doing, and all you have to do is pay attention, because it is in no way sunlight, and even that is unrealistic what the state engages in. And this is what the state did. As I'm walking down Holt Boulevard, all of a sudden you see all this orange colored light, which is supposed to be the sun setting, by the way. And this is across all the top of these buildings while I'm standing here documenting third-party license plate. U.S.02 800 UPS engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring, license P85666 P85666, I believe. That's UPS, and I don't even need that one. I just read that of that truck. UPS using its planes, using its vehicles on a daily basis, and stalking with light, stalking with activity, engaged in the same P.O.C. This is documentation of what the state is engaging in while all of these third parties are present, the same impossible light activity. And by the way, they are all creating light activity as one group while they maintain presence. All right, this is federal group stalking and monitoring. All right, and that's the significance of what I'm documenting. 7GUV 737, 8MIS 971, 8DFZ 486, 6SRV 157. And again, this is a whole line of, while they're sitting in traffic, this is intentional presence, and this is light activity. They're maintaining presence as a group with light, using their vehicles. All right, that's P.O.C. And the state is flying over via aircraft, still present. 7XYL464, psychopath group stalker. All right, demented. 6ZHY355, I believe. 8LAS 817, 8CLL 284, 09495S1. 7F24574. It is 5:01 p.m. The state hovering over the church's parking lot. The house right behind the church's parking lot at a low elevation, just like it does, like I showed you as I stood at D Street in Euclid, and as I was at the Emporia behind the museum. The state is hovering behind there with its airplanes while I'm documenting third-party group stalkers, as it was hovering behind Cardenas as I stood there documenting third-party group stalkers. 8HFM 687, 6AA09A3, 6MHZ 804. Understand that same stalker flying those airplanes are all of these they're the same entity, and they are the same psychopath stalkers. 17029H2, 6ZSZ021. Psychopath. Group stalker, this is a criminal system, and they all engage in stalking with light. That's exactly what they're doing right now. They are not merely driving past. This is group stalking in operation. That's why you got the state hovering behind this building right here in airplanes, and that's why you have the state aiming impossible light activity all across the street, all across the top of these buildings. They are group stalkers. 8RAC 839, GKG MOD3, ZAM BAM 7 VBF 745, 8 CHN 324, 8 CEK 475. Excited to be identified as a criminal and a sex offender and a group stalker and a psychopath. That is 8, I can't really see that one. It is currently 6 CRA 050, and just like a group stalker, maintaining presence, coming in and aiming his headlights on me. Well, nobody else is at the street. He's making sure I'm covered as I walk back down. That's P.O.C. 92287G1, 8MAG 472, 8CLY 179, 7WAZ 491, 8FOE 148. She's staring at her phone so hard she's not even driving. 7NHM 930, 8BQY 2528. 8MQM 933, Ontario Police crossing path again. That's just like the plane. That's the direct presence. I'm documenting the third parties vicariously representing that entity. The state hovering over by planes is the entity acting directly. Ontario Police crossing path is the state acting directly. And by the way, the state is always stalking by aircraft. It engages in visually crossing paths and by plane and by police for purposes of monitoring with third parties. They are always stalking, remaining present by aircraft, remaining in relevant position in their police vehicles, stalking. This is the P.O.C. with regard to the sirens. This is how you know this. All right? That's the state group stalking directly and vicariously. 7X XV308. It's 5:04 p.m. SSW 452. Seven N 12471. 6DUU 393. 5A96482. Frontier 8Z74. I want to say 600. I didn't really see that one. That's Frontier, the cable internet group stalkers. Okay. Not just right now, they're engaged in the same pattern. Same thing with Spectrum. It is an indiscriminate criminal state system of monitoring, 8MXX451. And those companies shall be identified and prosecuted for that 7ZMF203. Omnitrans getting in their little sexual violence today. They can't resist, 8BRM626. Impossible Light, all over the sidewalk, 8EOX671. All over the sidewalk. Thick orange beams of light all over the sidewalk as that third party crosses paths driving east on Holt Boulevard, 7ZFL306, driving past me. All right, that's concerted conduct with Omnitrans and the state. That is P.O.C. It is currently right now 5:06 p.m. I'm walking east on Holt Boulevard. I am currently passing third-party venue 590, Wendy's, at the corner of Melrose and Holt Boulevard. They're all monitoring inside of Wendy's. Understand that. P.O.C. is ceaseless as you are en route anywhere, as you remain anywhere. The state's stalking with its light source, the sun, is the personification of what they are doing as an entity. They are stalking just like that. Every move you make, intentionally present, hovering over you, that's exactly what they're doing. That light, this light that I am documenting, the state's fake sun, is literally providing a tutorial for what is psychopath level stalking, because that's exactly what they're doing altogether. That's exactly what they're doing. It's 5:07 p.m. and that is P.O.C. CKM733, 8KRU 838, 8AAK145, 6YHY531, monitoring as it turns the corner. XCN663, 60391Z2, LUNA HART X2, KYL 673, 8NAW 804, 5 PEU 297, 8 MVK 769, 7 NSA 498, 6 ENE 272, 7 MRJ 793, 6 DUU 393. You remember that one? Yeah, they're following a lot. This is federal group stalking and monitoring. It's intentional group presence, and it's going to be relevant with regard to the recitation of third parties in their license plates and how many times they were repeated. You are speaking to intentional group conduct. There is no coincidence, and so they're documenting themselves in that way. I am documenting them, but they're documenting themselves in that regard. 8 TJY 160, 8 SIY 542. I'm at Sultana and Transit in between Holt Boulevard. 8W00942 and 7PJH204. There we go. 7SCF926, 7XWY561, 7WXL251, 7HCJ763 again, that you hear is intentional. That's a psychopath. These are all psychopaths, and making sure as I walk down the street, somebody's aiming their lights on me, somebody's crossing paths with their headlights on. They do not leave any area open or unmanned. It is entirely intentional presence. They are psychopaths. 5A1, I can't really see that one. 8ATR208, I believe. 654, 86V2, 8JCY 699, 6ZHN 303. 5:14 p.m. I have arrived at third-party facilitating venue, SCHIRO'S Liquor, located at 410 East Holt Boulevard. Alright, 5P71694, 8EBZ 508, 7HCM 281, 6VSF 885, 7RKJ 581, 5GVP 967, 5SQE 129. They're patrolling vigorously on the back street, which is transit. One is entering into the parking lot on camera right now inside of B&G Plaza, paper plate AW68T40. One already sitting in their car in relevant position to me, creating light activity as I walk, 5ABJ473, 6NZV265, 5KPZ010, 6RZV447, 6LIJ412, 8PCH341, CMV3328, 7MHS624. As she approaches her car and disarms it, understand that's creation of audible and light activity. And not a coincidence as I'm in close proximity, 8KPB884. Did I read 7MHS624? Well, there you go. These are third parties frequently, heavily engaged in P.O.C. because I frequent B&G Plaza, so they are always monitoring, always. State is always flying over. State is keeping its fake sun over this venue. They are egregious group stalkers. 7TNZ 903. 5XUZ 610, 6NCT 717, 7JXH 973, 7GPH 529. Third party group stalker from the skating rink parking lot, exiting the lot, aiming light in my direction. This is intentional conduct. 8PPG 162. That's intentional conduct. They always happen to be getting in their car or getting out of their car or driving past. This is how they keep activity around you. This is how they keep light on you. All right. While other group stalkers remain in relevant position, and they're all engaged in that same conduct. Okay, so you got another one that's right on the side of the curb at that same venue. They're sitting in the parking lot with their headlights on, with their brake lights on, and this one's sitting on the curb with their headlights aimed on. Just like I took a picture of. 6N 71697 and 39857C1. Just sitting in their car in relevant position, headlights on, P.O.C. It's called light activity. It's called stalking with light. This is how third parties do it at nightfall. It's 5:18 p.m. 6AJP 104, 7MCC 151. In the drive-through, they're creating a whole line of light. So this is how you are looking at what the elements are and how third-party group stalkers engage in it in concert and on behalf of the state. 5FZT168. They're doing the same thing during the day under the state's fake sun. Understand it's the same element of maintaining group presence and creating light activity, creating visible activity while they are in relevant position. It's P.O.C. 7AAR039. And intentionally so. 7SCU069. 7ZJL580. 8NBX407. Okay, everybody lined up in traffic at the red light. As I approach the intersection, this is the drive-through. This is the line of light on my right. This is the you could say a drive-through for P.O.C. As they're sitting at the light in traffic, even as they're driving by, it's a steady stream of light activity. Okay, and this is what you're looking at. You're getting past what the activity they engaged in while the criminal elements are underway. You're getting past that. This is embedded into society, and this is how a public entity monitors you. And it is entirely intentional. 7DGL733, 8LCL394, 6ZBW634. SMH789. So he goes from sitting on the curb with his headlights on to sitting at the stoplight next to me with his lights on and a turn signal. Understand that's the exact same conduct, okay? Exact same conduct, and it's intentional. Even his timing and his being present as I am reading license plates, third parties are acting together. Knows that I'm getting toward the end of the line, knows that I'm going to walk across Plum, maintaining presence right here at the stop sign, at the stoplight, all right? That's intentional conduct. These are psychopaths to whom I have been subject for a long time, and there is no coincidence, there's no accidental presence, there's no happenstance of the creation of activity and light activity and presence. It is entirely intentional, and these are psychopaths acting together and engaged in real-time knowledge of every word that I'm uttering. Every single word. That's a psychopath. And if you don't get that from stalking with a fake sun, I don't know what else to... 7VRT816. All right, it is currently 5:21 p.m. Okay, third parties crossing path. We have 6WRR397, 8WUZ493, 27832Y1, 6MHY817, I believe. Sitting at the light in relevant position. This is group stalking. Systematic form. All right. 8RQE067. Turning onto the street at the same time I'm approaching this car. Group stalker. Psychopath. 7VCR808. So right behind this car, making sure if I do come get it, she's right here in line. 6JXX220. And they are on traffic cameras. This is not merely driving by. This is not merely being in the parking lot, sitting around in the curb in your car. This is not sitting at the traffic light. This is federal group stalking and monitoring. Third parties take that lead with stalking with light, right? While appearing as though they're just going about ordering food and sitting at the traffic light, going about their business. They're monitoring, and they are group stalking, maintaining intentional presence together. There is no corner that I turn or anywhere that I go that there won't be someone there aiming light and being present. It is intentional presence, and that is psychopath conduct, and they all engage in this together. It's uniform. 8SXR068. BDKL392, and that's the same Georgia plate. Looked like an African male that was driving that one. Is routinely parked at B&G Plaza. 8RKV1669, 847993, substantially similar. FedEx, Coach U.S.A. number 12843. So Southern California, driving on to Plum from HOLT Boulevard, P.O.C. 5 LIE 972. Weird light activity off of the vehicle as they cross path. This is psychopath, boy. 8SJT15. I can't really see that one. This is 8 PRG 541. It's currently 5:24 p.m. So you do have FedEx maintaining presence and light activity on Plum. This is the ongoing presence with light at nighttime, manning the path and creating activity while doing so. Entirely intentional conduct. Guess what? Doing it in a FedEx vehicle. It's P.O.C. This is, if not FedEx, it's one of these couriers. This is a license plate 38846S1. It has the number H48 on the license, on the windshield, on the top passenger side of the windshield. Crossing path 8EEY237, cycle path. 4MHC 572, cycle path. Here goes another one. 7JXL 079, cycle path. So this is an unmarked white van, by the way. It very well is FedEx or any one of those carriers. Regardless, I have the license plate and it is totally unmarked. The van is unmarked, has no logo on it whatsoever. The third-party mail that is seen conspicuously holding packages going inside of the Metro 102 apartments and creating ongoing light activity while doing so. It is the exact same P.O.C. 7XUL 625. Eight RWT 360. 8G SC 453. Right, as I come to another impasse, there's always somebody present, and there's a stalker along the curb with headlights facing. This one's crossing path. This is 8 GRE 669. This one's stalking with light, and another one right behind it. This one stalking with light. They are all stalking with light. You have some that remain stationary, and the other ones that cross path. It's group conduct. 6YPH238. And this is no back license plate on this one. They're one group acting together. This is 8 FPA 873, 5 U.S.C 303, 8 DYF 581. This is license plate LIZJELI 8 MPG 911. Documented that one before. It's 5:28 p.m. So ongoing hazards, understand, as I walk up Plum, you have sitting at the traffic light. That's a form of stalking with light. They're in relevant position, creating light activity. As they drive past, as the light turns green, you have a courier in the form. This is creating remaining light activity, as I state. AU09V33. That's a black African American with paper plates. 513 UFV, driving a red Mercedes-Benz. These paper plates are criminal obstruction, trying to conceal their license plates. That is, I can't see that one, it's too dark. Alrighty, that is P.O.C. So that is, understand what that is. That's one after another creating this ongoing, keeping light activity remaining through the multiplicity of faces. The faces may pass, right? Traffic light turns green, they pass. Another one maintains the path with light activity. That's the pattern of conduct. That is the system. And as I'm walking up Plum, that is the station, the remaining of that light activity. Through how? Through one wearing a uniform in an unmarked van, even if it was marked clearly with UPS or FedEx, it's the same pattern of conduct. They are manning the path, creating light activity, and they do so through the multiplicity of faces. That's called a system. That's what the state is doing. Right, light activity is this group stalker pass. The state's not helping her. Blinking street lamps, 6 STS 697, 6 JQB 005. That's the creation of light activity as she is driving past me, and that is an absence of coincidence. That is P.O.C. Understand the analogy between molesting my person with impossible light activity while third parties are driving by. The state just created light activity via the street lamp in this parking lot, blinking on and off as she's driving by. The same exact conduct. That is P.O.C. So like I said, as I walk up the street and you have the courier that remains present, and he remains present trying to get entrance into the apartment building. This is creating form. This is the outward appearance under which the criminal system is in ceaseless operation. All right, he's seeking entry into Metro 102 apartments, has his vehicle alongside the curb, and it is deemed legitimate and acceptable for such a courier to use their hazard lights. Okay, so it's the creation of that. It's the creation of light activity. Period. It's the maintenance of that light activity in the path as I am present walking up the street. And then as I get to the next intersection, which is B Street, and B Street and Plum, you have the third party group stalkers sitting in their car aligned to the same sidewalk, sitting in their car with the headlights on, facing toward me, aimed toward me. A third party drives forward with this light activity aimed toward me, and is sitting at the stop sign waiting to drive by, crossing path. Understand that third party group stalker sitting in their car with their headlights on, sitting along the curb, is crossing path as well. Crossing path in reverse as I approach. All right, they remain stationary. I am the one that is walking past. That's crossing path in reverse. That's stalking. Okay, understand they're just sitting in anticipation, creating light in the path, facilitating monitoring conduct by everyone else around. This one that approaches the stop sign is crossing path in their vehicle. Another third party behind does not have their headlights on. They don't need to. Another third party is creating light. The third party that's crossing path is creating light. The third party behind me through the courier van that has its hazard lights on is creating light. I am surrounded by light, all right? And by the way, while this third party with no headlights on is parking, understand they are still creating light activity. Their brake lights, their reverse lights as they're pacing back and forth in their vehicles. Everything that third parties are doing is intentional. This is psychopath group stalking conduct, designed to monitor with communication devices. This is why they are engaged in what is stalking with light, just like the state does with a fake sun. They are equally psychopaths, equally. I am showing how it is an identical behavioral pattern practiced by the entity proper and practiced vicariously through the people of the state of California, who are the entity as well. All right. It is 5:32 p.m. and I have arrived at the bench that is betwixt 280 Apartments, Senior Center, and Ontario Ovitt Family Community Library. And that is P.O.C.